One of the toughest, most challenging things to do in our lives is to accept whatever phase, whatever stage we're in right now. And this is a guided message from Spirit for somebody, from your angels. I'm an angel channel, an angel healer, and I regularly pick up on strong themes in the collective. And this is a message for some soul who is, I'm hearing, struggling or pushing against the grain of this very moment of their life. So maybe you've had to move away or change, make a big change, go somewhere that you didn't want to go, or maybe you've lost somebody that you love. Maybe you're missing somebody that you love very much. But this message is a simple reminder that when we don't accept and make peace with where we are in this present moment, we are literally rejecting life. We're going against the grain of the truth, of the flow of nature. It's like, and I used to do this all the time, like with the seasons, I always say I'm a summer girl. I love summer. And it would be the depths of winter, and I would be just not accepting that it's winter and it's cold, and maybe dressing like, wearing a summer dress or something. This is when I was way younger and silly. Or just keep complaining or just hoping that when is winter going to go? It's like the children in the back of the car. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Just prolonging the journey towards your destination of where you want to go. Don't do that. Try your best. Do your best to make peace with your present process. Wherever you are on this journey that we call life right now. And I understand that this is a much easier concept to know intellectually than to actually live and to do physically and spiritually in your life. But if you can hear this and you can embrace, even if it's, because I feel for someone this is a really tough moment, and take it from someone who's been there, done that, and still I have these moments with all I've been through in the last 3 years. And some of you know my story, some of you have seen, I shared a private video with a few people about the crazy, and that was really a nutshell of what I've been through in the last few years. Once I hit 39, 40, it was like a crazy volcanic reaction of change and transformation and completions and endings. And sometimes endings can take so much longer than we want, than we are comfortable with. But if I've learned anything, and I've learned a lot in the last few years, I think your late 30s and to mid 40s is a powerful time, especially for those of us who are women, who are feminine. I think men probably have that more in their 50s, but again, everybody's unique. That's just a generalization. That's just some patterns I've noticed of working with people. It's so important that we learn the power of surrendering to this moment and surrendering to what is required in this moment. So this phase that you're in might require you to be accessing the element of water, and that will require lots of tears, lots of crying, immersing yourself in the world of the watery emotions, right? I literally watched myself in the last few years go through the initiations. So I worked with the healer, and she was saying, I was like, why am I crying all the time? Like, I am crying every day for hours. Like, I would go to work, come home, I would cry on my way into work and cry when I got home from work. It was intense. It was the loss of somebody that I loved deeply, and I had to I could not fight it. Like, and I don't believe in fighting emotions. I really am somebody who always understood that my sensitivity is a gift, and it's important that I allow whatever's coming up to be washed and cleared and cleaned, and that requires feeling, you know. But the healer was saying, you're going through the initiations of the elements, you are becoming the elements. And then I would go off and do that for a while, and then a few months later I'd come back on, have a session with her, and she'd be like, oh, you're earth now, you've become earth, you've totally shifted and changed. And I would be in the womb, and I'd be grounding, and I'd be doing all this earth rituals, and you know, really getting into that earthy side of myself, and being very productive and being very grounded and connected. And I went through all the elements, and the last one I went through was fire, and that was like the rage and the dark feminine and the passion and the kundalini and all that. But I'm sharing this with you because whatever you're going through, it's so important you just give yourself the grace of surrendering to what you need, which could be, you know, Netflix and a bag of popcorn. It could be you just need to be quiet, and you just need to talk less and listen more. Only you know what you need. But what I will say to you is, I found society was encouraging me with this big breakup and this big massive loss. It was encouraging me to just talk all the time. And I think talking all the time is really overrated. I think it's good to talk, but I think we can talk ourselves in circles, and it's so important, especially if you identify as an empath and a high sensitive, and you wouldn't be resonating with my videos if you're not. So if you're here, hello. It's so important to be with somebody who can just allow you to feel and can hold the space. It's really bright here. Can just hold a sacred space of light for you to explore that rage, that sadness, that darkness. You know, it's valid, it's there for a reason. So wherever you are right now, whatever you're going through, take this as an encouragement of support, to know that you're not alone. I've been there, we've all been there, you've been there. And then you can fully surrender to the happiness, the joy as well, because by experiencing the dark, you also make space and are an equal attractor of the light, okay? Because we can't reject parts of ourselves. We can't push ourselves into the shadows. So I really hope that this message reaches the right soul who needs this message at this time. Perhaps you've been rejecting your feelings. Your feelings are just energies that need to move through you. And if you need support with that, you can book a session with me. I leave it in the description box below, my website. Sometimes it's more powerful to have a witness. And a healer is really a witness to somebody's healing, to their transformation, to their pain or their problem, or even their joy, even their something they want to share. You know, it doesn't always have to be something that's considered negative, but it's about connection. But very importantly, connecting with yourself and allowing yourself to just be in the phase or stage of life, wherever you are on that journey, to allow yourself to be there. Imagine if you tried to skip puberty. Imagine if you tried to skip, learning to walk as a toddler. We don't get to skip phases and stages in life. It's important that we honor each phase and stage, and that we have love and respect for each stage, not just the fun stages, not just the good times, because you know it wasn't easy for you to learn to walk, but it was necessary and it was vital, and it would have dramatically affected your life right now if you hadn't allowed yourself to walk. So it's the same with all these stages. It's all part of, like, our growing never ends. We think we hit 18 and it stops. It doesn't. We're always ascending, expanding, evolving. So don't think that that ever stops. That will continue all the way until you leave your physical body and go back to source. And then we'll see what happens then. But honor wherever you are right now. Give yourself compassion. Be gentle. Be patient. That's my message to you today. If this resonates with you and you needed to hear this, please be kind and click the like button and subscribe for more. Angel blessings.